Oh, good morning. It does look dark, doesn't it? Because what we've got is a dark, rainy sky. So the light out the window isn't the best. And I haven't got any other alternatives. So we're going to have a nice, dusky, dark session, sort of. So, what I'm going to do, I haven't done the card spread yet. I have had a late start this morning. I've shared, fed the dog, all that sort of stuff because I was up only at 7:30. So I reckon I've done pretty good. Now, let's switch over to the table and I'll do the shuffle and spread out the cards. Now, do tune into your senses while I'm doing this so that you're putting the energy into them as well with that intention for the cards for today. It is still the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck. That's the artist Sarah Marchetti. Expanded edition. These are the cards. Now, what I do, and I'll move them a little bit closer to me this morning. Uh, excuse me. What I do is shuffle. I knock them 3 times so that that's actually clearing them. So that's called the cleansing and clearing. And I do that 3 times. All right. Only just because that's my way of doing it. You could choose something completely different. You don't even have to clear and cleanse if you don't want to. Don't suggest that's a good idea. At least knock them once. Good morning, Sarah. So knock them again and shuffle for the intention of the cards to give their message today. And look at what they did. They all fell out because I wasn't concentrating. They want to be read. That's what we're doing. All right. And that's 3 shuffles. I don't do the further knocking of those. I lay them down. Now I'm trying to get them in a position so that they look sensible here. And you're getting live streaming. There we go. And here we are. Oh, whoops, didn't do that one far enough apart. So this is our usual spread. Now, I haven't got the cards out for Leanne's deck. I did need to put them away for something else. So, unfortunately, I don't have that there. And just straighten that up a tiny little bit. Okay. So, what we've got with our cards this morning? What have we got? Good morning, Sarah. I did see you there. I just wanted to put it up. So, thank you. Get my pointer. Home space is where the dog is. We've got the side in the workspace. Good card to have in a workspace. We've got the fish in unexpected. We have the bouquet or flowers in your role, and it's the mask as that outcome in the centre or the overall picture. It's what we feel as far as the central card goes. Doesn't have to be outcome. Good morning, Vanessa. Um, oh, I've just got to. Interesting how it looks like it should be really cold outside, and because it's raining, it is grey, and it feels definitely a wet coolness. But I haven't been outside. I don't know whether it's one of those warm rainy days because I'm feeling really hot in here. I haven't had the chance to do anything other than what I've already mentioned was get up, have my share, feed the dog, and come in here. I haven't even had a coffee, would you believe? Good morning, Diane. How are you? I love that flower. That's a poinsettia or something, isn't it? Anyway, Mary, this is a general card reading spread. It's not where I do the individual card choices to ask individual questions. So that will be Wednesday night with Leanne and usually Friday night with me. But this coming Friday, I've got something else on, so I won't be able to do it Friday. I might pop in through the day at some point, not today. I've got other things today as well. So, what we've got here, oh, good morning, Carol. Just saw you popping up there. Wonderful. With the dog in that home space, it really is that loyalty, friendship, unconditional love. It's that follow you anywhere type of energy. Um, ah, Wonderful. Lilium, I knew the type of flower. You grew it, you're so proud of it. I had some golden liliums many, many, many years ago. It was only the 1 year because I couldn't find the bulbs afterwards. I forgot where they went, where I planted them after the flower and the stalk had died down so that I couldn't retrieve them, and they didn't flower again. Are they only an annual? But they are a beautiful flower. So thank you for sharing that. So dogs really are about that absolute unconditional love. When we give love, they are so absolutely faithful back and loving, and they're ready for anything. It was wonderful to see my friends last night. They came to pick up their dog. I've been dog sitting their dog here at home with my peanuts for a week, and it was the progression of how much he trusted me, how much I grew to love him and his little character. And it was so sad to see him go last night, but he was so happy to be back with his parents, his human parents. It was lovely to see. Always ready to play. Has that gorgeous fun side, and sitting on the lap side to be patted and all of those things. It's a wonderful energy to have a dog as a fur baby, loving friend. So when they're in the home, they really do give joy. So feel that energy, even if you don't have a fur baby of any type. Feel that energy of the people around you or the guidance that you have around you, being that loving energy and really bringing to excuse me, bringing to you that readiness to help out in any way, to go for a walk. So that's what the energy in the home space is today. So your friends, your family, be ready to have a loving, joyful day. Okay. We're moving into the workspace. That certainly with the side, we are getting that impression straight up that it's, uh, yeah, I've got my HAPS app has the notifications on. I'll have to turn them off. So with the scythe, we're ready for work. We've got that. We need to be putting our hand to that handle. We do our weeding. We keep the tool sharp so that it's as little effort as possible to do what is necessary. So that can actually be for you, study up, research, do something like that that's going to keep it well honed and in readiness for when you need to put your hand to it so that you can get into and get the job done. Whichever the job is, whether it's your weeding, whether it's the harvesting, because there's always going to be a form of that through every season, really. It's the tendency to associate this with what is the harvest of the crop, something that we've actually planted, which it is to a degree, but we can harvest what is wild growth as well, that the fruits of the field. Okay. So that's what I'm feeling there. It could just as well be secateurs gaining fruit from your trees, that type of thing, like your apples, Sharon. Good morning. How are you? So, yes, we do have a nice level of work today. It's not too hard. It is something we have the right tools for. Okay, just make sure you do. And if you need to have them sharpened, read up on it, how to read up what you need to have as those bits of knowledge around what you're intending today in your work. Okay. Sometimes it can be called homework, research, that sort of thing. So we're going to move into the fish being it's an abundant card. It's got lots of things around and about. You look at the size of the oceans and what we have within all of that realm of the ocean expanses. The fish, and it can be a little bit to do with the harvest as well. But what I feel is that there needs to be that leave them alone. Oh, I'm just getting a feeling around leave them alone, let the levels become more sustainable, or fish in sustainable way, or use your abundance sustainably. Just because there is so much that we can use and have around us, that it's a lot to do with leaving leaving some for behind, like you'd leave with the harvest, you'd sometimes leave biblical, you'd sometimes leave some of the heads intact so that those who are poor can go and harvest what they need to share as well. So that you're not just taking absolutely everything. I think it's the same as far as the oceans. It's The same as far as the forests, all sorts of things that we as humans like to put our hand to and wreck, basically, because we overdo it. Have that sense in mind, even though we have the abundance, there is enough by just taking enough, okay, by just sharing enough. We need to give back more than enough, is what I'm getting that with that. Oh, wow. You had 8 meals overnight. Well, that's a good rain. I know that I woke up sometime with rain in the ears, singing its song. And as I lay there to think, oh, God, which muscle do I need to relax to get out of bed? Um, it was wonderful. I love the sound of rain on a tin roof. So we're moving now into what is the bouquet and the harvest that we can um, ha- we have a bit of a harvest thing here. You know, there's the abundance, the harvest of flowers, but that's not quite the right word for it. And this is our role. It is recognition that we are worthy, that more than really. It's a love symbol when you're giving flowers as well. So have a look around. What is it that's around and about you in your day, in the energy of your work or your home space? Doesn't matter which, that you need to be giving yourself more recognition and acknowledgement, that you've been doing a good job, or that you are worthy of love, and all the depths and range of why flowers are gifted. And even to the point of the little note, write yourself a little love note so that you can actually, acknowledge for yourself that you are worthy. It feels to me like the energy in this one is about, there's times where we forget about ourselves. This is the self card. This is the one that's your role. So that's probably why guidance is like spirits giving me that more emphasis around that self. So just look, even if you don't need to, for some of us, we don't really want to have the bunch of flowers in the house, but just even recognizing and connecting with what is Mother Nature. And I know, Shaz, you've got that beautiful garden. Just connecting. You don't have to cut the flowers and put them in a vase. You don't have to, it's being within, it's being sharing your space, the energy, the vibrations of what is around and about you in its natural state, in the garden, in the park, wherever you see that natural beauty. And especially as I'm looking out of my window, it's the trees and the birds and seeing those wet, shiny leaves because it's raining, and just that little tinkle of rain on the roof. It's that natural, the sound and the feeling and the energy and vibration of what is. The Mother Nature saying, well, to me, saying thank you. I'm saying thank you to it for being as magnificent as she is, Mother Earth. It's beautiful, isn't it? And all of that connection brings forward these flowers that we can gift and share and receive. Remember that we are needing to receive for ourselves as well. Um, yep, that'll bring it on, won't it? The neighbour washed the car. If I washed my car, it probably would too. So we're moving into that central position of the mask. And as I was having my shower, I was thinking of, look, what was I thinking of? There was moments where I was wondering, well, what am I going to be doing specifically today? I know what I've got planned in my day as far as it's a workshop at Galwa, and the things I need to do before I go there. I've got to pack my lunch and all those sorts of things. That's the surface, the what other people see in my world. And it comes to putting in sometimes the thoughts of why is it. I suppose my thoughts were going to the events that I've had happening over the last year. I absolutely loved coronavirus, being restricted with the coronavirus because you couldn't go anywhere and the rest, because I just feel essentially that hermit mode. It's my archetype and stuff like that. So I loved it being in that I don't have to do anything or go anywhere. I can do it all online. Now we're starting to venture out, and it does mean revealing what is behind the mask to a degree. And the various things that I've had happen with the falls and the broken wrist and the bad back and whatever else there was last year, and actually over my life. Oh, you planted your pansies and your tulip. Oh, your tulips are still coming. Yep, and that's good to share. Um, it does bring forward those moments now where, the restrictions are being released. So here we have, as far as here in Australia, that lifting, that showing that what are we going to be showing others again now that the situations have changed, now that the energy has changed, because it has, and it probably will stay that way rather permanently because of the corona, because of the whole pandemic thing. um, it's interesting, I find, as I'm thinking of that even now, how so many movies there were back 10, 20 years ago that were very much a pandemic style of movie, because there's been various incidences of what could have been catastrophic. And here we have it with the last year that could have been, well, still is ongoing. And we just don't know the extent or the end of it yet. These were apocalyptic type movies, but is it an that apocalyptic type event this time? We won't know until it's completed and finished, but it's going to change our lives forever, and we are going to need to bring forward ourselves from that mask in more truer ways so that we can help each other. And yes, it can be vulnerable, but there's just all those different facets and directions of who we are that we can, at whatever time we know we feel comfortable, show ourselves. And this is in all the abundance of things that we've got, the work that we've got to do. It will change, and it will be right on purpose at the time we need to actually reveal that particular facet of ourselves. So, and there's nothing wrong with hiding behind it occasionally either. That's what I think. There's purpose in having a mask available. It doesn't mean it's there permanently. It's something that is a mobile thing, you remove and whatever. So, have a look within yourself around what you're actually hiding that can be brought out. Um, you met a lady who knows you, Stone, was pleased to know you're coming Friday night making music here. Oh, that's wonderful. Good. I was thinking what instruments I need to be getting ready and packing up for that event, because what we have now. So, certainly, once I've taken the photo of that, I'm going to shift my screen around. So, once I've actually taken my photo of that spread and put it on my profile, certainly take yourself into a space where at any point in the day, just have a quick look at it. Take a photo, screenshot of it on your phone or something. Take a look at it through the day and just see what each, that the particular moments that you're led to actually have a look at it. Just sit in a bit of a little Zen meditation space. It only has to be, 15 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, a couple of minutes. You can have half an hour if you want to meditating on it. If you have the time, spend what time you need to just to feel the messages that are coming in. Oh, that means that for me in this moment with what is happening around you in that particular time. There could be something in those 5 cards that is very significant for you today. Just test those moments when you feel frustrated about something. Have a quick look at the spread. Let it speak to you. So, as far as that's part and a way of using this tool, doesn't have to be that way. You can just have a look. Oh, yeah, that's me day, which is pretty much what I do, and not revisit it at all until the night and say, well, what was in that? Very many and different ways that we can use what we have around us to help us understand where we're at. So, take your day in loving kindness to self and to others. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Be the best you that you can be. Oh, Sarah, you around this like after 2:30? I'm over there for that workshop. I intended to come and catch up with you or at your work. So definitely. Um, Move into each moment feeling present with it, so that you have that awareness of being present with it. I think the other word for it is called mindfulness, as far as part of how and what we do with our energy throughout the actions we bring into our day, you know? So have that awareness around you. Tune in if you're feeling tired, tune out, and just veg out, zen, whatever, whatever you need to do. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow morning around about the 8 o'clock. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be a little more organised tomorrow morning with the cards ready, and just be the best you that you can be. And namaste. And I've got an error in the ending again. Yeah, I have to refresh the page. Sorry, people. And I'm back again because it kept going. The broadcast didn't end, so this time, hopefully, cross fingers, it will work. Thank you.